Hi, and welcome to the Nebian and Herrison vodcast. We're going to talk about football today, and we've got some things that we want to shoot the shit with.
Great.
So Herrison here and Nebian.
Nebian here. Right. Okay, Herrison. So thank you for the introduction. Shall we get on with it? So we are going to be talking about various issues in football that are going on right now. So Herrison, firstly, I thought we'd start off. It's been quite a strange season this year. It's with all the stoppages, with the coronavirus and everything. What's your thought on this year's season?
Yeah, it's been a strange season. It's also been a shit season because Liverpool's won the league now. So as a United fan, makes it even worse. But it's been a strange season. Obviously, unprecedented times in the world, and the world of football is no different. However, I'm enjoying this spell of football now. Football every few days.
Definitely. I can't wait for Wednesday when Chelsea play. Was it West Ham away? We normally get the 3 points on that. Anyway. So it has been a strange season. Although the football prior to the closure was pretty good, and I'm quite surprised with how good it has been with empty stadiums as well.
The quality of football. Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Quality of football.
Yeah,
when you compare it to like the German league. They look like some of the football there look like they're training, whereas the Premier League is really high quality football.
It looked like a pub league, that German football. For a few matches, tried to watch them, Borussia Dortmund and Bayern, but it wasn't that competitive.
When they said that German league is starting, I got really excited. But then when I watched it, I was like, it's not really.
No pool.
No. Okay, what about Liverpool champions? Let's say something about them. I think Rimet will like it. That we are going to talk about Liverpool. Let's give them their due.
The quicker we get,
let's get this out of the way. Let's do Liverpool. Let's get it out of the way.
All
right. So what do you think? First, go on. You go first, and
I'll give my opinion on Liverpool. I give my true, honest opinion on Liverpool. Taking my Man United hat out, I think this is a seriously strong team, and I feel this Liverpool team will go one of two directions. Either they strengthen to the point where they're going to go and reclaim the title next season and maybe even get the double with the Champions League, or they re-strengthen. But as we see sometimes, we've seen with great teams like Barcelona or whatever, some teams that have won the Champions League, even though they re-strengthen, they get top players, they lose that squad harmony, that hunger, that thing that they had just right this year, just perfect the last couple of seasons, and they may end up falling short. Now, I do think they are the favourites for next season, just because this season
usually are, aren't they?
Champions usually are, but also this season they've shown something that they haven't necessarily shown in previous seasons. For example, last season they were fantastic. They won the Champions League, brilliant, but they didn't. Even though they had that rock solid stability with Virgil van Dijk, they didn't have that air of champion that they had this year, that they were going to see it through. Obviously, they were chasing.
They grinded a lot of results like champions this year, didn't they?
And they did that last season to an extent as well. They got some wins, but it didn't have that air of champion.
You could arguably think that they played slightly better football last year, but they were stronger this year.
Yeah, but you can argue that the year before that, when they went to the Champions League final,
they
played even better football.
Yeah, they played even better. Yeah. So sometimes it's not about the football; it's about they've got that aura of invincibility. You liking this, Rimet? They have been invincible pretty much this year.
That's right. They have been. We're not quite there at the best team of all time.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to make that argument in a second. But anything else to add on Liverpool before I add some of mine?
Yeah, no. As in this season's performances have been top notch, and you can see they won the league with a stupendous amount of points and 7 games to go in the season, and league's in the bag. They didn't even have to play, so they were super dominant.
Definitely.
But was this a poor Premier League showing by the rivals?
Yeah, there's an argument on that, but then again, that the Man City that we have today is still practically the same Man City as last season, minus Vincent Kompany.
But he's a big leader he was a big leader for Man City, and not just the fact that Vincent Kompany, but David Silva's now a year older.
That's right, yeah.
Aguero's now a year older.
Chelsea, Man United really have been rebuilding, so they're not really they've not really been in the challenge.
Yeah,
Arsenal
inconsistent.
have been
Chelsea,
Arsenal.
Arsenal are a joke. No matter what Arsenal do.
Tottenham have really gone down this year. They were better, obviously, last few years. This year,
Tottenham's an interesting one. Let's talk about Tottenham a little bit because I know my friend John would like this.
All right, before we get to those teams, we will get to the race for the top 4. Even though I don't think Tottenham is in it, but we'll get to those teams. Let's just wrap up Liverpool. So my thoughts on Liverpool.
Go ahead.
Awesome year, awesome team. Really strong, really powerful. Great defensively, great attackively. As I said, they haven't been as flowing in their football as they have been the last 2 years, but they've made up for the steal this year and they've got that champion mentality. So I have to give credit to them. What they did, winning it with 7 games to go. It's not been done before, obviously. So that is a huge achievement. They could have done maybe gone invincible, but for me that invincibility thing is nothing major. Everyone loses. The great Barcelona of those years with Pep lost games. The Reals, who have won Champions Leagues many times in a row, have lost. There's not really so.
Yeah, but they will argue those invincible-ites will argue
with the Arsenal fan.
That exactly all these sides have done it. We did. That's why.
Yes, but
they drew a shit ton of.
They drew a shit ton, but the other thing is, maybe it was a shit showing by others. But the thing is, they did not go into defending that Arsenal team. So that, for me, if you're an invincible team and you cannot defend the title,
you can't defend the title. You cannot go out of the
you cannot be out.
No.
Was it a great achievement? Of course it was, but it's not, the best of all time type of achievement.
No. I think to be considered as one of the greatest teams of the Premier League, and that's the litmus test for Liverpool this year as well, you have to at least go out there and defend it once. For me, the Man City team with Pep can argue as one of the greatest
definitely.
Because they were so strong over 2 seasons. Now, their downfall is their European performances.
Yeah, 198 in 2 seasons, and including both of them being title winning. That gives no room for doubt. So I think we'll finish there with Liverpool, well-deserved champions. Let's see what they can do next year, whether they can go into that bracket as defending their title and become real legends. They definitely will be in the record books for sure for this year, but they can make themselves real legendary players and a legendary team if they go on to defend it next year. Just like their 80s counterparts and Man Uniteds of the 90s and 2000s. Cool. Right. So moving on to now the top 4 race. And this is an interesting one because I am doing well with Chelsea.
Is it an interesting one though? I think Chelsea...
Yeah, I think Chelsea's probably going to bag it.
Is probably going to bag it. I think if there's a race to be had there, it might be Leicester and
I think
and United, because Leicester's in poor form at the moment.
Do you know what told me that Leicester is in poor form? To be honest, is the match with Leicester versus Chelsea in the FA Cup. Chelsea had a piss poor performance, especially first half was a piss poor first half, and Leicester could not make them pay for it. They did come close, but if yesterday's Chelsea versus Leicester performance, Chelsea go away with the scrape to win, Leicester is on the decline big time, so they are there for the taking. So Man United.
Do you think that could just be they're just playing into their match fitness now, and then they're gonna have a stronger showing?
Well, they in their first match back.
Do you think it's just they've maxed out what they can do?
Definitely, definitely they are maxed out.
But law of averages, they're going around their position, their true position.
It's
are they a top 4 club?
It's now.
Are they better than United? Do you think?
No, of course not. It's the law of pulling back towards the normal kind of. I forgot what the term is for that. So whenever you overachieve, there will be a lull where you go back towards the normal. There's a scientific term for that, which is evading me right now. But nevertheless, their first match versus Watford, they played really good, and they conceded the last minute equalizer, which may have kind of shot put a dampener on there. Man United. My thoughts. I think they're strengthening. Since the restart, they've been pretty strong. They drew with Tottenham, but they put a strong showing on that. Especially first half on that one. Then the next few matches, they've been strong. Last FA Cup match, they scraped it, but again, they're rocking on.
There's an explanation for the last FA Cup match of why it was a scrape, and number of changes that were made, players coming in who were maybe unfit, hadn't been playing well, being given a chance, and it's always difficult for a team when players when they're coming into a team, and they haven't played for a while. But what impressed me, they got the win in the end. Harry Maguire got the goal, which is very much needed.
They were piling it on at the end. So
well, an argument could be said that the Man United is the form side in the Premier League, because going into lockdown, they were the form side in the Premier League. They beat Chelsea. They had beaten on that run Man City. I think it was like 11 games, probably, no losses. So very strong showing. And I know what you're going to say, Chelsea's the form. No, they're not really the form side. They've had 2 good games in the Premier League. But
prior to lockdown, they beat Everton 4-0.
Yeah, but prior to lockdown, they also got their asses handed to them.
Yeah, all right, we'll give it to United.
I think United is the...
All right, okay, I will give you that one.
What is
Man United Chelsea battle for top 4, Chelsea to finish above, you reckon?
I think just because there's not many games now, and Chelsea have done themselves really well by winning these games that they've played now. They've done themselves a favour in terms of even though United's been winning, they've said they've matched them and they've said, all right, we are winning, but we're still ahead of you, kind of thing. Do I think Chelsea's a better team than United right now? Well, I kind of mentioned it that obviously United's the form side, but even as a squad, I think as a first 11, United is probably better. I would say that I would take some players from Chelsea's team and put them to United, or you would take some players from United team and put them into Chelsea. Obviously, that you do that generally, wouldn't you, with all teams? But if I was to put it on a scale, I'd probably say United first 11 would probably be, for me, quite a lot stronger than Chelsea.
Anyway, we can have a longer debate on that.
Interesting cup tie.
We'll leave it for another time.
Interesting cup tie coming up now anyway with United and Chelsea.
Yeah, we were going to go to FA Cup semis in a sec. Let's just finish Premier League off with talking briefly about bottom of the table. Although we said we were going to check the table, we didn't. Who's at the bottom at the moment?
I don't remember actually. I know
from
Norwich is down there.
Group. From that group of teams, who you reckon is going down?
Let's have a look quickly, because it's not on the top of my head. Get your phone and have a look.
Show me the Premier League table.
Bottom 6 is interesting. The difference in points.
Okay, so Bournemouth, Aston Villa, and Norwich City bottom. West Ham is 17th. So Chelsea playing them next. Right. All right. So what do you reckon then? From I reckon Norwich are a goner. Because look, they're 27 points is their the 19th, and Norwich are on 21. So
Norwich is a goner. They haven't got enough quality.
They're a goner. West Ham 27, Bournemouth 27, and Aston Villa 27. That
and Watford 28 there.
Yeah.
I would say possibly Aston Villa's a goner.
And we'll see what West Ham has got, because West Ham is such a yo-yo every year.
Yeah. They are a yo-yo. I think West Ham will have just enough to survive. I reckon Villa and Bournemouth. I think those are the teams that will go down. I'd be surprised if West Ham goes down.
Technically, up to Brighton, 15th. Up to Brighton, they're all in danger.
Yeah,
whereas Newcastle, 39 points and above, that's done.
Having to look at their fixture list as well would be a good indication of.
Yeah, so West Ham we know has got Chelsea next. Let's see what happens on that one. Okay, Herrison. So let's move on to FA Cup semi-finals.
Interesting lineup.
Yeah,
for the semis, isn't it?
Quarters just finished. I kind of knew that would be Chelsea Man United on that one.
It just always seems to be Chelsea Man United in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
In the last 4 or 5 years.
And I'm happy that Chelsea has a pretty good record in the FA Cup, and we've lost twice to Man United this year. So, a lot of averages say it's Chelsea's.
Yeah, that does worry me a little bit. But if I was to think of,
not going to lose 3 times now.
Logically, can Chelsea beat us at home? I don't think they can.
No, it's not home. But it's Wembley.
Oh yeah, because it's semi-final, and also.
And also the home
Chelsea's quite
the home
at
advantage
well.
There's no real home advantage without fans anyway. So, but it's in Wembley.
Yeah, no, I think there is no home advantage without fans in the same way as there used to be before. But obviously the routines are the same. Those who play in their own stadium, they know their stadium, they know where their dressing room is. Obviously, those players have played before, but there's a more comfortability playing in your own ground. But obviously, the fans is what really makes that away game tough. But I still think if you play away and not in your stadium without no fans, I think it's still tougher. So anyway,
fans.
That changes things actually. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. I mean, Chelsea in the FA Cup with us have had some...
I'm not putting any money on that. That for me, that's a 50-50 one because knowing Chelsea has struggled against Man United this year, so although I'll go complete 50-50.
Both times that Chelsea's played with United this year, they've played right into their hands. United just broken on the counter attack. Chelsea seem to have only one way.
They struggled against Man United. I have to say this year they have had really good games all year round, but Man United just hasn't. Seems to be like doesn't suit them somehow.
So hopefully we'll get the same again.
Well, hopefully Lampard has been doing his homework on that. Cool. Possible winner of the FA Cup without your fan hat on. What would you say?
Man City.
Predictor?
Man City, more without my fan hat on. But it could be one of these two as well. Could be because City could be on that down right now. You know how teams come off winning and they're on a down. But at the same time, when teams are on a down as well, when they're such big, heavyweight teams, they still manage to mop up some titles.
But then if Man United beats Chelsea and they've already beat them twice this year, you could argue then they've beat City twice this year. So Man United will be the favorite. I reckon if United go through, United wins it. Chelsea
fingers crossed, that's what we want.
Chelsea could lose to City in the final.
That's what we want.
We have shown in the where did we lose to City in the final? Oh, that was last year in the League Cup final.
Yeah.
Penalties, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100%. I just want back the top four, strengthen, get all the new players in. Look over to the next year for Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this year for United and Chelsea. And now it's become for City as well. Obviously, for City.
City has got technically can still win three trophies. They've already got one.
They're in the Champions League.
They won the League Cup.
Yeah.
They're in the Champions League with a very good chance of progress.
Yeah.
And the FA Cup, obviously. So no, they can still have a stellar season.
So we're no chance for Arsenal. We didn't even mention them.
No, I don't think so. Look at No. I'm gonna have to declare them out because whenever they come up against tough teams, they get found out. And they already struggled against smaller teams this year. Can you imagine against the bigger ones?
Arsenal's an interesting one.
Have they beat? Actually, I want to know. Have they beat any top 6 teams this year? Arsenal?
No, they haven't. I think they managed to draw with United, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so I don't think so. I think
I don't know. I don't want to be
they're
wrong
in
here,
rebuilding phase as well, and they can be weak mentally at times as well. So you can. Yeah. I think.
Are they in a rebuilding? That's what I was going to say. What is like Arteta's come and he was going to be a savior, and before him the other guy was going to be the savior of Arsenal because Arsene Wenger was killing Arsenal. I mean that club's just a joke, isn't it?
I did say whenever Fergie left United, they would be in trouble for quite a few years. When Wenger left Arsenal, I said the same thing. They'll be in trouble. So even though they wanted Wenger out. Which was unlike what United fans wanted for Fergie, for obvious reasons, because everything went rosy with Fergie. They haven't really pushed on after Wenger has left, so they're in a battle for.
You can argue that
for their identity. They need to. Who are they right now, Arsenal? Yeah. What's their aims? What are they doing? What's their targets? They don't even know what's happening with their board and with their owners. Nothing. I think I wouldn't want to be an Arsenal fan right now. But obviously, being a fan is not about it's not like being a glory hunter. It's once a team is in your heart, that's it. You go support them through and through. Right, Champions League, Europa League, still to come in August. I'm going to go and declare Chelsea out. I think everyone will agree. Chelsea's done after that first leg horror show. So no chance.
What was the score?
3-0 in the first leg at Stamford Bridge.
Who scored?
I don't know. I think maybe... I don't know. Gnabry maybe.
Oh, I think Gnabry
something like that.
Bayern Munich is very strong. So
shall we go on to a couple of predictors for Champions League and Europa League? So Champions League... Let's just quickly what's left. So Real versus
City.
City. City won first leg away. So hopefully, with an English hat on,
It's 2-1.
I'd like City to go through. Yeah, 2-1. Although
2-1's
don't
not
put
a
it
great
past
result.
don't put it past Real though, because there's no fans, nothing. So Real's got the huge experience. So you never know. But I'd say City will scrape through, maybe with a draw in the Etihad. Bayern will go through.
Oh wait, yeah, it was 2-1 away, wasn't it? Forgot.
Yeah, 2-1 away, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter right now with current
No, but
conditions.
before
Yeah, 2-1 away. Juve, what happened to them?
they're playing against not a huge team. I forgot the team. I think they drew 1-1, didn't they? They'll go through.
Yeah.
Will go through.
Hold for a sec. 22 minutes. Yeah, so probably they might go through. Europa League. I think in the Champions League there's quite a few more teams, but we didn't quite do our research well on that one. But and can you remember any other ones that happened?
No, but I mean, my thing is when United's not in the Champions League,
so you
it loses its glory for me. Obviously, I still watch it.
Fair enough. Quick predictor on the Champions League.
I'll say
not ties. Go all the way to the end.
I'll say Man City wins the Champions League.
I'm gonna go and make a really bold prediction. From what I saw,
Chelsea.
What I saw from Atletico against Liverpool, I'm gonna go and make a bold prediction. Do you know why? Because it's gonna be one-off matches. Atletico is gonna play
one-off matches.
Yeah, one-off matches
until they play Real Madrid, and then they get.
Yeah, unless they come up against
out.
Real Madrid in the final, I'm gonna make a bold prediction and say Atletico will win this year with an asterisk in their name. There will be an asterisk because there will be half matches. I mean, one-off matches.
Yeah, but it's the same for everyone.
I know, but
there is no asterisk there. Whoever wins now is the deserving winner.
Well, even if you get winning with an asterisk, makes no difference. There'll still be one in there.
Some would say one team got to play at home and the others didn't, but whoever wins now is the deserving winner.
Yeah. Oh no, the two-legged ties are still remaining. They'll still be done. In the whoever's got the home game will get the home game, but from quarterfinals onwards there will be one-off matches. Yeah,
I know, but my point is, but even if they play a home game, there's no home fan advantage kind of thing, which we said earlier on. But I think Man City is going to win it finally. I think that's my prediction.
I hope so because I like the cup to come to England. So let's see.
I'm not subscribed to that. Cup coming to England, bullshit. I don't care. I don't want Man United's competitors to win the Champions League. So for me, actually, it's better off that Atletico Madrid wins because they haven't got any Champions Leagues. I don't want Juve to win it. I don't want Barcelona to win it. I don't want Real to win it.
I see your point. I wouldn't mind Atletico for that reason as well. But I do like the idea of it coming to England just to show that the Premier League is the best. Not that it does need to give any more.
I think it's
evidence. Yeah, not that we need evidence.
Premier League is the best league to watch.
Definitely. We don't need any bigger evidence, but yeah. Europa League, you're gonna go with Man United, obviously, and I wouldn't.
I think
argue
Inter is a problem, but it's one-off matches, and it's minnows of Europe, isn't it? Really, apart from Inter, who's there? It's just minnows. So should United be able to navigate themselves through? Should they avoid Inter Milan? And then even if we do come up against Inter Milan, I don't know. I just think Inter Milan, they've improved under Conte, but they're still lacking in quality and squad depth. And United's got more talented players.
Any other Premier League side there?
So Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal. Are they still in it?
Yeah, I think they're in. Yeah.
Again. I mean, they were finalists last year, so could they? Are you sure they're in? Yeah.
Well, I think so, yeah.
Okay, so they were finalists last year, so they.
But didn't they lose?
No, they lost to Chelsea.
They have checked this stuff.
They lost to Chelsea in the final.
No, I'm talking about the Europa League. Didn't they lose the last match?
Maybe they lost, but still progressed. Well, was it a group stage or was it a two-legged ties?
No, they played the first leg.
Oh, I swear they lost, didn't they?
I think they lost.
Oh, yeah, we should have checked that one. But anyway, since we don't remember it, we probably Arsenal won't be in the equation anyway. But I'll go with I'll go with Man United on this
even
one.
if Arsenal's winning, for me, Arsenal's not winning nothing this year. They're going to win 7th place position or 8th, whatever. That's all they're going to win.
Yeah. I'll go with Man United on this one. My prediction: Man United wins it.
Yeah,
And,
I think especially if United miss out on top 4, and Man City gets Champions League next year, I think United will pull out all the stops.
Oh, and you know what my other prediction is that if Man City wins the Champions League, I think they will allow Man City to play next year by postponing their ban to the following year. So they'll probably do, and this is I haven't heard this anywhere, but I'm just thinking logically. What they'll probably do is, look, we're not changing your ban, you're still having it.
Why though?
We're gonna postpone it one more year just to have that thing of
the champion.
Just to have that thing of having the champion in the next year. And then Man City, all Man City's got to do is keep winning it every year, then to keep that ban forever carrying on.
Yeah. Sure.
That's my thinking, but it might not be the case. Man City might not win it first, or secondly, even if they win it, they'll just say to them, you know what? No, fuck off. You are going to start from scratch. You're going to have to qualify from the league from next year for the following year.
Yeah.
Great. So, thoughts on next season? What's your thoughts on next season?
So we discussed it a little bit with Liverpool. I think in terms of winning the league, I think the ball is in Liverpool's court, as it always is with the champions.
You'll have to stay with the current top 2. Man City as well, as a great team as they are.
Will definitely be in there.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier on, Man City is a team
with Chelsea's
some players who are on the decline. For example, Aguero is on the decline. I don't rate Jesus. I don't think he's worthy of challenging Aguero, and I don't think David Silva is going to be up to it at the same level that he used to be. Obviously, David Silva's class, and he's going to remain class even if he carries on playing. But I don't think he's quite at the levels they used to be.
What about what was I going to say? Oh yes. What about the if Chelsea and Man United get their acquisitions, the players that they do want, their targets? Right now, for example, Chelsea has done a really good transfer market so far. I would say if they add, they're currently going for that Kai Havertz. Now that would be a bit of a long shot, but apparently they're in the pole position on that one. Although arguably they don't need anything in midfield. I'd rather them go for a centre back.
If you're going to go for a championship, you need depth. So you say they don't need anything, but what attacking midfielder stands out at Chelsea?
Well, Mason Mount is improving game by game.
He's had some very good games, especially the last Premier League game. I was really impressed with Mason Mount. But is he a world beater? Because in the Premier League,
right now, of course not. It's too early. But
to be a champion, you need to be a world beater.
But then Kai Havertz is also just a prospect.
Yeah, he's a prospect. But
so you could put him in the same bracket.
Probably a bigger prospect because he's younger than
and Real is after him. Everyone's after him. But so if we do bag him, it will be another statement. Yeah, Mason Mount is good. Yeah.
I rate him.
What Chelsea desperately need, though, I really hate their defense.
Who would you get rid of, and who are you gonna put in?
Kazuma, every time he's on the ball, he worries me. He feels like he's gonna lose the ball every time. He's so sloppy. He's really sloppy. He's good at challenges and stuff, but he's just on the ball. He's sloppy. I think the way that Chelsea is playing their game now, they need ball playing centre backs. But neither are Christensen and Rudiger. They're not that convincing either. So I think generally they need a new defense. But at best we need one. At most we need one more centre back.
Where do you go?
And we definitely also need a left back.
Where do you go for a centre back? Koulibaly?
Yeah.
Who's going to pay 90 million for a 29-year-old centre back?
Well, maybe go for a big spree now that for a team that will last you for almost a decade. Koulibaly is not going to last you that long.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Who's going to pay 90 million? What Napoli has been asking for a 29-year-old centre back, even though he may be one of the top 3, 4, 5
centre backs are very hard to come around now. And they're not, and there's not that many top centre backs like it used to be back in the day. The centre backs is a bit of a dying breed. But then again, the centre backs are Now the new breed of centre backs is the ball playing centre backs, the ones that come out with the ball, the ones that move the ball in their box and things like that.
Yeah, but
And
I think there's plenty of those, but it's about not just ball playing. It's about ball playing and still doing defensive duties correctly.
yeah,
Because look at the best centre back in the world, or the best few centre backs in the world.
Virgil does it.
Ball player, but solid at the back.
Yeah.
So
PK has done it for years and years.
he can be exposed at time, but yeah, he has done it for years and years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Koulibaly is definitely on that list of top centre backs who can also play out. Yeah.
And I mean, next season, we don't know when it's gonna start. We don't know when this season is gonna finish. So
we know
so
when
we'll
the
see.
season's gonna finish.
Well, yeah, it's probably the matches have been probably scheduled, but I'm thinking me from a personal point of view, I haven't seen them, so I'm thinking when is this season gonna finish? So that automatically makes you think when on earth is the next one gonna start?
Yeah, because
So that's
the Champions League's got to be played, the Europa League.
Yeah.
Then they got a schedule in Euros next year as well.
So they're probably gonna finish the Champions League in August. They're gonna make it like a quick tournament, and then I would say they're only gonna give them 2 weeks break, and they're gonna start again.
You reckon 2 weeks?
Yeah. I think. Have you noticed some players when they come back from World Cups and stuff, they only get 2 weeks break, and they're gonna say to them this year, look, you had a big 3-month break. 2 weeks is going to be enough. We're going to get going straight away. They might have a reduced season next season in the terms of might chop a competition or two, might make no replays, maybe reduce some matches, maybe League Cup might not happen. Who knows?
Maybe more subs.
Yeah. I'm actually, I'm liking the idea of sub. But do you like the idea of every 25 minutes? The breaks?
Don't get me started on that one. I hate that with a passion. This 25-minute and then water break thing is just it just curbs the momentum in the game. I was watching United the other day. It happened against Tottenham. We were on the rise in the first half. They had that break, and then boom, Bergwijn scores the goal. Second half, we were on the rise. We were just kind of pushing them back, improving. Then the break comes again, momentum lost, and then same again for Sheffield United match on the rise. It's like there's no need. Why are they doing water breaks? Well, because the temperatures have been high. Okay, maybe in games when temperatures have been high, but they need to use that more cautiously. I don't think every match necessarily needs it. What do you think?
I think probably in the second half, or if it goes to extra time. But yeah, not in 25 minutes. They've only just started the match.
But even second half, 25 minutes into the second half, what? They've just had a 15-minute break. What?
Yeah.
Unless it's extremely hot on the day, it doesn't need to be.
I think it's one of those things that they agreed on for coronavirus to give them more, because they're gonna do too many matches in a. I don't know, but I don't think they need it.
I know what it was. It was basically because it's going to be in the summer now. The football's going to be played, the temperatures are going to be higher. That's why. So they're going to they have done in some.
Yeah, but I think they played World Cups and stuff.
Yeah, but they've done in some World Cups, like in Brazil. I think was it Brazil they did? Where was the World Cup?
Oh yeah, but in Brazil, yeah, because it was hot. But
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it's not that hot.
Yeah.
And if it is hot, then they can they can use their discretion on certain matches to do that. But to just do it willy-nilly for everyone, I don't think it's necessary, because it cuts the tension and the momentum of the game.
Yeah, I agree. I think, Harrison, I think we've covered a lot of topics today. We
got to go for predictions though.
Yeah, so we'll finish off with predictions. I think we have talked about some predictions along the conversation, but we'll finish off.
This time we're not gonna sit on the fence. We're gonna
we'll go with predictions and let's see what happens after everyone. So obviously the title race has finished. Tell me how the top 6 ends.
Oh, predictions for this year?
Yeah. Oh, well, you mean for next year?
Oh, yeah, we'll do both. This year is going to end Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Man United, Leicester, Tottenham. Okay. Maybe Wolves, actually. That's a difficult one. Maybe Wolves.
Bottom?
I think those 3 who are there go down.
So the ones who are currently there.
Bournemouth, Norwich, and who was it? I forgot now. I think they go down.
I'd have to agree with you on the top ones. I think looking at the form right now, I think Leicester need their next win badly.
Leicester still have to United to play.
Yeah, exactly. So they need their next win badly. but then United, they are still a fair distance from them. They're still 6 points up.
That's a good point. Yeah, they
So-
are fair distance.
So
But they can. I don't see United dropping any points from now to the end of the season.
yeah,
If United is playing their full squad and they're all on it and they're serious. If they're serious, I don't see them dropping points. But you're right. 6 points
Mhm.
is a lot.
Well, 6 points is a lot. Yeah. So, but that means United or Leicester losing to and United capitalizing on them without
not
dropping
dropping
anywhere
any,
else.
yeah.
So
tough.
it's tough for this many games to go. So I'll change it slightly. I'll say United will just about miss out, but they will get the Europa League. So they will make it that way. So yeah, I'll make that the change there. Third, Chelsea. Fourth, Leicester. I think Leicester will squeeze in. Will just about hold
Just
their
about
nerve,
get their position.
and then United, and then doesn't matter after probably Tottenham or Wolves. I think Wolves probably because they've been quite solid. Bottom, I think is Brighton there currently? What was,
Yeah,
was
Brighton
Brighton?
is there as well. Yeah, Brighton is there.
Yes, I
28.
think Brighton's gonna go down, and I think Aston Villa is gonna go down, and obviously whoever's last, Norwich. Yeah, I think those three. Champions League, you're going with City.
I'm going with City with Champions League.
I'm gonna stick with Atletico. Europa, I'm gonna go with Man United. You're
Yeah,
obviously
Man
going
United.
with that. What else have we got left? Oh, FA Cup.
FA Cup.
FA Cup. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. The FA Cup for me is going one of three ways, isn't it? We all know that. I think it's
Yeah, but you gotta stick with one today, and then so that we can see what. So go with one now. Okay, fan. Be a fan. Be a fan.
I'll be a
Chelsea.
fan and I'll say Man United. I think Man United.
I'll be a fan and I'll say Chelsea. What a surprise, eh? What a surprise.
Yeah, big surprise.
Right.
Next
Is
season?
that it? Have we got?
Next season?
I think next season we look at. Let's wait for the
Nah,
transfer.
Call next season's win and right now. Call it. Premier League going to end it on that. Is Liverpool going to hold the title?
I think it will depend on City. What business they need to do a little bit of business.
I think it'll.
And Chelsea will be very strong next year if they finish all their targets, but they're not ready yet to get it.
No,
to win it.
and I don't think United is ready as well. So it does depend on City and
Those,
Liverpool.
yeah. So I think I just need to see a little bit more business, and then I can say it. But
All right. Well, there we go.
Liverpool in pole position for next year. I think City can change that. They need to make maybe one or two changes. But yeah. So we ended with that.
Okay, I guess that's it. Yeah. So
Right. So that was our first ever podcast, and I think I enjoyed it. What do you think? Did you enjoy it?
yeah, I
It was
enjoyed
a good
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
And if this is liked, and if people listen to it, then we might do more of them in the future. But
We'll see how it goes.
yeah, let's see how it goes. All right, guys. So thank you very much, and let's just have a listen ourselves, Herrison, in a minute. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Do it.
Nice one.